In the modern age, social media has become an inescapable part of our daily lives. From the moment we wake up to the last moments before we sleep, we're scrolling, liking, commenting, and sharing. On the surface, it seems harmless, an efficient way to stay connected with friends, keep up with news, and enjoy entertainment. But beneath this shiny exterior, social media is quietly eroding our mental health, productivity, and relationships, and it's time we confront the truth. In this video, we'll explore why social media is destroying our lives, what no one is telling you about its true impact, and how we can begin to break free from its grasp. The addiction, why social media hooks you. Social media platforms are designed to be addictive. Companies have spent billions of dollars perfecting algorithms that keep you hooked, ensuring that you spend as much time as possible scrolling through their platforms. Every time you check your phone, it's like gambling. Your brain hopes for a reward. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok are constantly feeding you new content. Some of it you enjoy, some of it you don't, but all of it keeps you coming back for more. This variable reinforcement is the same psychological principle that makes slot machines so addictive. You never know when the next post will be funny, relatable, or even inspiring, so you keep scrolling. The truth no one tells you? Social media companies want to keep you addicted. They're not interested in your well-being, they want your time because your attention is worth money. Your constant engagement is how they make their billions, by selling ads and leveraging your data. The mental health toll, anxiety, depression, and FOMO. One of the most destructive impacts of social media is its effect on mental health. While it's true that social media can connect us to friends and family, it also isolates us in profound ways. Constant comparison, the pressure to present a perfect life, and the fear of missing out. FOMO are just a few of the emotional burdens that social media users face daily. 1. Social comparison, the silent destroyer of self-esteem. Social media feeds our tendency to compare ourselves to others, and it's never been easier to compare yourself to people from all walks of life, from childhood friends to celebrities, influencers, and strangers. As we scroll through meticulously curated images and posts of their vacations, new cars, dream homes, or perfect families, we begin to feel inadequate. But what people don't realize is that these images are often far from the truth. What you see is a highlight reel, not a reflection of someone's daily life. Yet in our digital world, it's easy to forget that. The constant barrage of better-than-you content chips away at your sense of self-worth. 2. The rise of anxiety and depression. Numerous studies have shown a correlation between increased social media usage and higher rates of anxiety and depression. The more time you spend on these platforms, the more likely you are to feel disconnected, anxious, and depressed. Whether it's the pressure to keep up with the latest trends, the toxicity of online discussions, or the constant feeling of being left out, social media negatively impacts your mental well-being. A major reason for this is the dopamine loop that social media creates. Every like, comment, or share triggers a small dopamine release, making you feel good for a fleeting moment. But over time, your brain craves more. The highs become shorter and the lows longer, leaving you feeling increasingly empty. 3. FOMO and fear of missing out. The phenomenon of FOMO, or the fear of missing out, has never been more prominent than it is today. Social media constantly bombards you with images of people living their best lives, traveling, partying, achieving milestones, and enjoying success. As you scroll, you may find yourself feeling like you're falling behind, or not doing enough with your life. This pressure to be constantly on, or doing something exciting, contributes to the mental strain many feel. The truth is, social media often fosters a false sense of urgency and inadequacy, and the more you compare your behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel, the more your anxiety levels spike. The impact on relationships, isolation, and disconnection. Social media was originally touted as a way to bring people closer together, but ironically, it's doing the opposite for many. While it may seem like we're connecting with others through likes, comments, and messages, these digital interactions don't foster the deep, meaningful connections that real-life relationships do. 1. The superficial nature of online connections. It's easy to mistake a like or a comment for a genuine connection. In reality, these interactions are shallow, and they lack the emotional depth that face-to-face conversations provide. While social media may give us an illusion of connection, it often leaves us feeling lonelier than before we logged in. Social media users often find themselves surrounded by thousands of friends or followers, but feel isolated and misunderstood. The very tool we use to stay connected can foster a sense of profound disconnection. This is especially true for younger people who often rely on social media for validation and interaction. 2. relationship strain, and distrust. Social media also introduces new dynamics into our relationships. It can cause feelings of jealousy, insecurity, and even distrust. Partners may feel threatened by the amount of time their significant other spends online or the interactions they have with others. The lines between healthy interaction and unhealthy obsession become blurred, leading to arguments, misunderstandings, and resentment. The productivity killer: how social media wastes your time. If you're wondering why you're not getting enough done in a day, the answer might be simpler than you think. Social media is stealing your time. It's easy to get sucked into the black hole of scrolling through endless feeds, watching videos, or checking notifications every few minutes. Before you know it, you've spent hours on social media, and you've accomplished very little. 1. Time wasted on mindless scrolling. Many of us have become experts at mindlessly scrolling through social media. Whether it's during work, while watching TV, or even before going to bed, these endless scrolling sessions are incredibly detrimental to our productivity. The time you spend glued to your phone could be better spent on real-life tasks, hobbies, or personal development. 2. Decreased attention span and focus. Social media is also affecting our attention span. With its fast-paced, bite-sized content, it's rewiring our brains to expect instant gratification and shorter bursts of information. This makes it difficult to focus for long periods on more demanding tasks, leading to decreased productivity, inefficiency, and frustration. The false sense of connection: why you're more alone than ever. While social media allows us to connect with people across the globe, these connections often lack the emotional depth needed to make us feel truly fulfilled. Real human connections require vulnerability, time, and empathy, things that are difficult to achieve through a screen. Moreover, the curated, filtered world of social media creates a warped version of reality. People often post only the most flattering aspects of their lives, making it seem like everyone is living a perfect existence. This only deepens the sense of loneliness for those who feel left out, disconnected, or inadequate. How to break free, taking control of your digital life. If you've read this far, you might be feeling overwhelmed by the destructive impact of social media. But don't worry, there's hope. Here are steps you can take to regain control of your life. 1. Set boundaries and limits. Limit your daily screen time and set specific times to check social media rather than letting it dominate your entire day. 2. Curate your feed. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad about yourself or contribute to negative emotions. Follow accounts that uplift and inspire you. 3. Engage in real-life activities. Replace your social media habits with real-life interactions. Spend time with family and friends, or engage in hobbies that bring you joy. 4. Practice mindfulness. Be conscious of how social media affects your mood. If it starts to negatively impact your mental health, take a break. 5. Turn off notifications. Disable non-essential notifications to avoid constant distractions. Conclusion: social media isn't your friend. Social media is not inherently evil, but it has a significant and often hidden impact on our lives. From feeding addiction to increasing anxiety, fostering loneliness, and stealing productivity, it's clear that these platforms are doing more harm than good in many cases. The truth no one tells you is that social media, while seemingly harmless, is slowly destroying the quality of our lives. But by being aware of its dangers and taking proactive steps to limit its influence, you can break free from its grip and reclaim your happiness, productivity, and meaningful relationships. Don't let social media control you. Take back your life, one scroll at a time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update, and join our amazing community. Drop a comment below.